I know. Coming,
But I've got to
coming
bring my
live.
wits. I got to bring my wits to the front. My wits are at the end.
Bring them up top.
Come on,
Okay,
wit.
let me do my little
Here we are,
tech
guys.
shenanigans. Lindsay, captivate the audience while they're waiting.
Oh, here we go with my I'll regale you with the facts that I haven't had childcare all week and have listed my home for sale on Monday and had 5 showings yesterday. Is today Wednesday? Yes, of course. It's Can They Brand that day. And the first showing, they wanted to come at 7 a.m., Allie.
No.
Because they have real people jobs. And I'm like, that's fine. But my kid isn't even awake at 7. I can't make the house look like he doesn't live here until at least. And so then it was 8. And so we were just scrambling and no childcare.
Honestly, that's pretty bold to request.
It is really bold. We countered with like 9 a.m. and they were like, no deal. But they put in an offer, so I'm glad we did it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess they were pretty hungry for it. So
they were ready. But and then Allie had a kid wake up at the crack of dawn. So we are
it's 5:30.
This is either going to be really, really good or really bad good. But good regardless.
Yeah.
That good in the way you expect Semiserious to be. And my audio is correct this time. I double checked.
Okay, we're good. Semi-funny story from this morning. So I've been up since like 5:30. And because my youngest daughter, she is like my husband, where the sun goes up, and sun comes up, and so do they. And my oldest daughter's like me, where it's like, you're dragging me kicking out and screaming out of bed at 8 o'clock.
Love it.
But she's really into the smell of coffee. She's only 16 months old. She wakes up, she runs into the kitchen, opens the drawer with like bags of coffee, and she just like takes a hit. She's just like
the best part of waking up.
She walks around with it in her mouth, like the coffee bag, like a crazy person.
Like a little puppy, like holding it in her teeth, like
a little puppy. And I was in the kitchen, like getting her something ready because it's now I'm up and I have to perform motherhood at the crack of dawn. And all of a sudden I like lose sight of her in the kitchen. I'm like, where is she? And she's wedged between, Lindsay, you'll know what this is, my stove, and I have this like green hutch. It's like an old pie rack, but it's like a big green hutch, and she's back there with the coffee just going I'm like, what's she doing back there? It's like I caught her in the back alley. I'm like, what is happening?
Like it's her 420 it's coffee beans.
Truly. I was like, this kid's a psychopath.
She's like hotboxing herself between 2 large pieces of furniture to really get the hit. Oh my gosh, that's great.
She was like condensing the air. I was like,
she knows the finer things.
Oh my God. I was like,
that's
I feel like I want to like throw it in her like, Easter basket next year, some bags of coffee or something. Get this kid started early.
She's like, happy birthday. A bunch of coffee.
Crazy.
We almost did over the holidays, we almost did Folgers, remember?
Yeah.
Can they brand that?
Yeah, I wanted to do a sequel to that, the infamous commercial. Like, can we write a follow-up?
Yeah, you were like, how could we? A fanfic, Folgers fanfic.
Oh, you should. Okay, I'm locked and loaded on all the platforms. We're everywhere.
We are everywhere. Okay, so I love that it pops up what we're doing before we've said it. I forget that people on YouTube can see it.
I do that.
No, it's fine. I just am like, I can't believe that we're actually doing this. So, well, I mean, so happy Earth Day, Allie.
Happy Earth Day.
Huge day. I can't believe I waited a few minutes in to even say happy Earth Day. That is sort of the focus of we wanted to pick a green or sustainable, zero waste, some sort of eco-friendly product or objective for this week. And we went through a bunch of different things. We were coming up with ideas of our own, which I think were interesting, like products. We're like, what could be an interesting thing, which we're like accidentally becoming, inventors. And then we thought,
I know the pressure we put on ourselves to come up with a product that doesn't exist. It's like, why are we doing this? Like, we're now brand incubating every week to try to, find the white space in the.
You only get a chip dust and a sparkling milk. That comes along once in a lifetime. So we decided to choose edible underwear because we were like, that's technically a very sustainable product. And I don't think, to my knowledge, I'm not really in that market. don't think they have ever branded themselves as eco-friendly. And so we were like, what a funny objective to sort of brand this like it is, a zero waste sex toy, no plastic, a plastic free, um, item. So we're going to try to rebrand. I don't know if we're going to come up with a whole brand itself, which we might, or if we're just going to do campaigns. We'll see where the wind takes us.
Well, in my very short amount of research I've done in this industry as of this morning, it seems like all the products have a very similar aesthetic. It's very Lover's Lane. It's like black, red, pink. It looks like Valentine's Day, like a dirty erotic, like that.
Roads off the highway.
Yeah. There used to be a place, hold on, in Michigan called the Lion's Den, which used to be on the way to.
Those exist still.
That's are those other places too?
I think so. Yeah.
So a bunch of us were taking a road trip up to a college one time, and we were in college at some point. We were at college and we were going to visit someone, maybe at like Central or Michigan State, and we all popped into the Lion's Den, and I think we thought it would be funnier than it was, and it was actually quite upsetting to be in there because there was like some of our guy friends are with us too, but I think the crowd really caught us by surprise at like how
that'll do it.
It was like sexual predator den. That's what it felt. It did feel like a predator
den. Like emphasis on den.
Yeah.
It's
we're like, ha, this isn't funny for photos, guys. This is not the sketch comedy we thought it was going to be.
This isn't what we hoped. So we're going to bring some joy and levity to this world. And I do think there could be a way to destigmatize. Is that what I'm trying to say? Like remove the stigma from sexual exploration maybe in the bedroom by making it something a little more like lighthearted. It doesn't have to, it's not like a behind the, after dark, even though that is, a use, but maybe this will we're bringing it to the light of day, Earth Day. Sunshine.
I do think, well, I guess my point of even bringing up the visual identity was that it feels like there's a lot of room for a rebrand in general. Like I almost want to create a brand in a way. We'll see what shakes out. I mean, I don't have any ideas off the top of my head, but we'll see what shakes out. But I think it would be kind of fun to create a brand and like maybe have an identity that just does feel approachable. It doesn't feel like shameful in any way. There's a place in my neighborhood called Early to Bed. It's like a very female forward, female centric, like I guess I don't even know, the sex toy palace. I don't know what it is. But it's like done in pleasuary, whatever it's called. But anyway, it's like done in a very
what a great name.
Pleasuary? Yeah, I just made it up.
No, Early to Bed.
Early bed. Oh, yeah.
But pleasuary is a cool category name.
I just made that up. I was like, oh, me?
Pleasuary, but it does sound like a pleasure aviary or like a pleasure like apiary. Like that's great.
So anyway, but it is very like approachable. Does not feel like, you don't feel like a sleazeball, like looking in there, going in there.
Yeah.
You don't feel like a sleazeball peering in the windows after dark.
It's weird. Whenever I peep in Tom into the pleasuary, I just feel fine. I feel normal. I have no sense.
I don't feel any social stigma.
It's just Allie with binoculars. This is fine, right? For people like me. Well, okay, wait.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, we should say, if this is your first time here, welcome back to Can They Brand That? This is the only show brave enough to do what no one has ever asked for, and that's brainstorm in real time for a live audience. We are your hosts. I'm Lindsay Sanders. That's Allie Lefevre. And we also, I'm just going to keep this train rolling, Allie. I'm going to do it. We also are the founders of the world's first humor branding agency called Semiserious, where we build brands that steal attention from their competitors. And we do that by using humor. Our tagline is fun sells. And we're on a mission to bring more fun to branding and marketing and advertising. And this show is sort of proof point of that.
Yeah. It's our opportunity to, I don't want to go through the whole shtick. We do it every episode, but it really is our opportunity to, without any parameters, client parameters, project parameters, no real goal in mind other than the one we set for ourselves up top. We get to just really just riff and brainstorm and build a brand in as many kind of directions as we can or we pick one and we kind of go full steam ahead. It can be really exploratory. Sometimes it's very laser focused, but it's us getting a chance to just like creatively play and explore and brand without constraint.
Yeah. In 20
Like
minutes.
we are
What?
in 20 minutes. I just laugh. It's like, you know, like we are like under the chains of our
Yeah, we're like, remember we've always said like against all odds and like under
Yeah.
a pressure cooker that no one like is forcing us to do.
Yeah, that
Like a
we've
self-induced, that's what we always say, a self-induced pressure cooker. But that's what makes it a game. That's what makes it a game
Mhm,
show.
mhm.
So we're inviting you in to play along, to watch, to learn, to chime in the comments. If you're watching on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook, we are monitoring comments mostly on YouTube. So pop over to YouTube at Semiserious Agency. Otherwise, we usually have a strong team of people chiming in, and it helps make it better and heighten it or answer questions. So yeah, like we said, today's focus is rebranding or creating a brand of edible underwear as a sustainable hero in honor of Earth Day today, April 22nd. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. So I think if you got the song queued up, I say we
Do I ever?
we say our line.
Do I ever?
Get this party started.
Okay. So it's time to set the timer and answer the question on everyone's mind. Can they brand that?
Because they can doesn't mean they should. Can they brand that? Can they brand that?
Woo! Oh,
Woo!
okay,
That's
I
like
needed that.
That's like Lily snorting a
That's
bag
like,
of coffee. I
I
feel
hit a coffee. He'll sniff a coffee in the morning. Woo!
Woo!
It's funny enough, that's really the only amount of caffeine I could really consume is just a quick whiff. So apparently she does not have my genes. She's just inhaling it like she's huffing paint.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
edible underwear as a sustainable hero. Do you have any idea? I have like one thought that just popped in my head, but do you have anything cooking? Anything that you thought of?
I did oddly, the only thing that has come to mind this morning was picturing, and I wish we had our designer on. We've just got to do it. We keep saying we're going to do it because what I picture visually is like a sort of like cartoony picture of the globe, of Earth, the planet, whatever, you get it. And
it's, you mean yours is flat?
Yes, but that's a different conversation.
Okay, yeah.
And it's wearing a thong. It's like there's a thong all the way over it, and that's our logo.
Okay, Lindsay, what if? Yes, I love that. What if it came in like a pantyhose egg,
and it was like
an earth? It was like an earth.
Great,
kind of funny.
Great, that's
kind of funny.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's fun. That's like a fun way to like deliver it.
Yeah,
and then can the little thing that looks like earth also then have a thong on it?
For sure.
Like it's like turning into the logo personified, and then a thong within a thong.
A thong on thong on thong. I'm trying to think of a funny like you crack it open and you say what? You say spread. Ugh. You know what the line I think is, I keep trying to play with this line. I feel like you'll be able to finish it for me. I want to say something like, because you said zero waste. I want to say something like zero waste if you're horny enough, if the mood's right. Like I want to say like zero waste if something funny. Like if the mood's right, meaning like you'll get through it all, right? Like
yeah. It's like if you're open enough, if you're horny enough, if you're hungry enough, because hungry can have that nice double meaning. I was thinking of like up for anything, going down. Although apparently Allie found that there are like there's like all types of underwear for anyone who identifies as anything. There's boxer briefs, I guess.
Edible everything.
Oh, or were those? Why did I think boxer briefs? That's just brief, like women's underwear?
I think they have edible
brief
everything.
Jerky you found?
Oh, I found brief jerky. I don't know if that was real or that was like a joke.
But were they like boxer briefs like for men, or were they briefs like underwear?
They were like they look like boy shorts, I think. Let me look up the brief jerky again.
You know what I'm realizing? This is like, you know who could make this is great.
Brief. With who? Say it again.
Grandma's House, our LLC for granny panties.
For sure.
This is their sustainable sex. This is their like parlay into sex toys.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of a joke, but people have tried to make this. Like actually tried to make beef jerky. It's so
Beef
funny.
jerky. That's really funny.
I know. I might have to use one of these shots as we have to as a feature on the thumbnail.
Okay. What about get down, not dirty? Or
Oh.
something about like you're not throwing it away, because that's the whole thing is it's like we're jokingly, because since it's edible, it's like plastic free panties.
Yeah.
Plastic free pleasure, get down, not dirty. There was, or like, you know what I mean, like
Pleasure-filled.
something like with like, don't waste this opportunity for blah blah blah. There's, like not wasted.
Sustain. Like, I want to say something like no greenwashing necessary or something like.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
you know people say people greenwash products by like making claims like no greenwashing necessary.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
we
also
are,
like no
yeah, right, because you don't
washing
use like
necessary either.
And you know what? Typically, I think single use plastics is a problem, but this is like
Yeah.
a single use that is like good. Oh my gosh, there's got to be like it'd be fun if we said good in bed, but like did something else with that, like for the earth. Good in
bed would be like your garden bed. What if the container was like actually compostable, and you can plant it after? So like the whole thing. It's almost like a seed. It's made out of like flower seeds or something. It sounds so crazy, but
they make those though, like those like envelopes that you can plant or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so it could be, that could just be a fun little thing that's written on the side, like good in bed. Yeah, that's nice.
That's pretty funny. Okay, I kind of want to okay, I know we're riffing lines, so I don't want to throw us off. But I had like a couple thought like for a name. Do you have any name thoughts? I had like a couple, like, okay. One, I was trying to think of how to do like an acronym, like EAT, and I was going like
it's funny.
Like earth friendly and tasty or something, like earth friendly and tasty, like EAT.
Oh, earth friendly has a little dash, and
yeah,
that's
earth
fun. That's fun.
Tasty.
Or eco-friendly, I guess.
Or eco-friendly and tasty. Yeah, that's even better.
That's
something
great.
Like that. Like EAT is kind of it's an aggressive
or like
name.
Maybe the T could be tempting, so that there's like that pleasurable thing.
And teasy, tantalizing.
Tempting, yeah.
Yeah, tempting.
That's funny, Allie. EAT.
It's kind of funny. EAT is just,
I like that.
It's not like the sexiest word, but it's funny as like a acronym.
I was thinking of like mommy earth, like to make it like mommy, like whatever.
Yes. Mommy earth. And then I like say it and I'm like, oh,
it's horrible. It's truly horrible.
What about like a hot piece of grass, or that's not right, but like hot piece of earth, like,
I see.
Like a hot piece of something that like you're like a sexy, like a funny term that you could apply to Mother Earth. I'm like trying to think of like,
I mean, I guess eat grass like sounds like eat ass. And you just say eat grass. Okay, or touch grass. Allie, okay, I think this might be evolving in real time.
Eat grass just sounds like cunnilingus. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Meaning like it's the
Eat me is in the comments. We have
yeah.
treat her like a snack. A snack is good.
Oh, I haven't even
recycle like Granny taught you. Edibles. I want to play on bedibles. BED. Bedibles.
Bedibles is but then kind of a fun.
And then it could be like term. The world's first zero waste, whatever. But hold on, I'm thinking now.
Wait. No. Okay, sure. Put a pin in that because I think we should go back to that.
I have an idea that's going to make all these. I think it's stronger. I think these should be plantable panties. I think we should. I think we're gonna. I think it's. I think edible is out. As I'm seeing these ideas come, I think it's more like. I don't know how that works. Like when you're done with them, they can be like I don't know. Like they will compost. Maybe there's edible and plantable. It just feels funnier to be like good in bed. Like it feels, if we could find the technology, which is always the thing we say, like we're imagining that works. You're suspending your disbelief as though this is possible, that it's as healthy for you to wear. But then I guess that takes away the sex toy element.
Hold on.
Unless it was one time. And you could
Plantable
plant. I don't
panties.
know.
What would be? Hold on. No, I think it's a good idea, but like, let's back into what's the impetus for buying them? Like, are they like you could do like a week's worth of wear? That's not a week's worth of wear. That sounds gross. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
single
yeah.
use.
I
not
think they'd
week's
be.
worth.
I think they'd be like dailies, like the way you throw away daily contacts.
Okay.
And they'd be or when you were done with them, sort of like L's company, remember where you can send them back and recycle them? It'd be something like when you were done with them, like they were like worn thin or stained or whatever, you didn't want to wear them anymore, you plant them.
I like that idea. Actually,
don't
like I want to
know.
almost scrap the edible.
That's what I'm saying. I guess we're like maybe go like that still is like an earth friendly situation that they found a way that. Or like, do you save the little case and then like those things decompose in there? You plant the whole thing. And
Yeah.
then that happens. Or I don't know.
Two passed a
Because-
verge in a wood and we took the one less traveled by. Like I'm trying to
a wood
in
indeed.
a wood. It does feel like they're two different concepts. And I can't tell which path to follow. Because it's fun to play around with like reinventing edible underwear as like sustainable because it is
Or
that's
rebranding it, yeah.
rebranding
Yeah,
it
yeah.
that's funny, but then I do think this is like just a strong idea, like well, let's go down this rabbit hole a little bit.
Okay.
Come.
The names, the branding it feels funnier to me. And the idea of saying plantable panties is crazy. And it feels like it would work under granny panties, the empire we started earlier.
Plantable.
Laura just said planties.
I mean, yes. Right there. Planties. It's a good name.
It's a great name.
Good job, Laura. That's what we like to do is set you up and just knock that baby out of the park.
Plantable panty, and underneath it says,
Planties.
and maybe they're like planties, like, yeah. What again though, sometimes what's so hard, it's such a good name, then you lose the tight thing underneath going plantable underwear, plantable panty. I guess you could say plantable underwear, but like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you want to go like good in bed or like planties.
I mean, you
like
could
I want to say
on the
I don't like
box or on the
repeating. Yeah.
Whatever. You could say plantable panty, like on the back. Like you could, as long as it feels a little removed from the name. At least
dig
in kind of the early stage of the brand, if you want to
yeah.
drive it home a little bit. You know what's a funny name for Earth? It's not a funny name for Earth, but like another name for Earth is Terra. Terra, like obviously
right.
this is a better name, but like it's just thinking of like a woman's line or whatever.
Maybe that's like the first prototype style is the Terra or something.
The Terra, yeah.
And the other one is called Mother. Like that's interesting. Like you can take away like whatever. Garden.
There's a name
grow,
there's a name for Earth. It's like Old Lady Gaia or something. I think like people say it's like Old Lady Gaia.
Cool.
Gaia is like a term for Earth, but like I was thinking for the granny panties. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. It's not even fun. Old Lady Gaia. I'm wearing the Old Lady Gaia line. What am I talking?
Say more. Planties is great. And it's like there's something like fun and done or something like or like not done, I guess. Like it's like the gift that like plantable. Do you dig it? Grow, like save the earth.
Is there like intimate apparel for like not that intimate's a heavy word, like undies, fun undie, like how do you keep it light and like kind of just poppy and fun? Biodegradable, like I can, you know what the branding or the packaging feels like to me, like we usually don't like exclamation marks, but I feel like this
every now and then
there's something about a certain tone you can take with branding that exclamation marks are really fun to use. Biodegradable, like but, it's like a fun little like what voice is that? It's kind of just like a cheeky little. It only works like once in a while.
It feels like retro or something a little bit, like back when they had that. Back when they were like purposefully, knowingly, tongue in cheek. Salesy or whatever. Okay. Ozone and O-Face, if we were still doing them for like they're so sexy. There's a play there, like that they look so sexy. Man, we're split.
I know. I can't figure out what way to go. I'm kind of blanking. It doesn't matter on this like
Yeah. Yeah.
planties, but I want to think on it. Okay,
Renewable.
are we keeping this? Let's talk vibe. I guess we normally don't do this.
Yeah.
We kind of back into vibe sometimes. Is the vibe, like I said, like the use of exclamation marks, kind of fun, punchy, cheeky,
Mm-hmm.
which I like that tone, versus like cool, witty, like I don't know if I like that voice.
No, I think it has to feel sort of gimmicky
in a fun,
way,
exciting way.
that
Okay.
you would like buy this. Like if you were going to a lingerie shower, as like you'd get a real gift and then you'd get this, like a little egg thing that I still think it could fit with the like earth and the like thong over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's also right and wrong and thong, like doing
planties, sprung.
So right, it's thong.
Well, there's something like about, okay, if they're planties or plantables, then theoretically, like the idea is they're either compostable and or maybe the casing is like embedded with flower seed or like whatever. It like grow, something else will spring up. Like your hard, what's a funny turn of like,
oh, like hope springs eternal, or like grow like a weed.
I can't like connect the dots right now. It's like in my brain somewhere.
Pollute, anti-pollution, biodegradable.
Save your ass. Save your.
Oh, that's
saving the planet's ass. Or that's stupid, but like
save the planet with your ass. Okay, you know what would be funny? Oh, never mind. There's like a I was thinking of a green thumb and a green ass, a green butt. Like there's some like gets the green thumbs up from like the earth, or like
green
like
butt
green
technology.
ass approved. Yeah, green
like
butt
you could
technology.
Make it, you
like
could
it's
do
like
funny.
certified.
You
Some
can do funny
fake
stuff like that. Green butt technology. You know what? Another funny. This is like an aggressive name. It's not right, but like not earth bitch, but like like you could take a real punchy.
Oh
tone.
yeah, totally.
Butt hugger, like a butt hugger, like instead of tree hugger, butt hugger. There's butt hugger's kind of funny. It's like in that same voice.
Tree yourself is funny instead of like treat yourself, like tree.
How does your garden? I cannot connect the dots with like language right now for some reason. Garden.
Well, do you want to go back to edible for
let's
a
go
bit?
Let's go back to edible. Not that I don't know if the ideas are flowing in that direction either.
Yeah, but I do like all the like honestly, it's just funny to me to say zero waste, like sex toy, or like no plastic pleasure.
You know what's funny? If we go in I don't have a line for this, but if we're in this like edible underwear direction, maybe we can think of a name. Oh, we did, I guess, without of eat, but maybe there's other names. But I was thinking, they call the earth like the big rock. And I can't figure out how to make like the big rock and like your big rock. Like I can't connect. I don't know the line, but like there's something there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
We'll give you a big rock for that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah. Big rock approved or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, that's just either way.
Okay. Hold on. I don't know which idea this is for, but this is more visual styling. But like, it'd be funny since they're earth friendly of it being, I hope this doesn't encroach on Mascot territory. It might a little bit, but like, do you have is the packaging have like another direction with packaging could be like polar bear, like some notable endangered species that are like in the underwear or something funny.
Right.
I guess that would be like good visuals on a website or campaigns like that. I don't know if that's
like they thank you for your service, like sort of thing. Like it's like sex for a good cause, like horny for
think of us. Like there's something like
horny for conservation. Like that'd be so
you can
like
use language like
very
that.
Using our powers for good.
I do like the idea when you put these on, think of us, like, because like talk about such a non-sexy thought is like funny.
Panda bears and polar bears and the ice caps, glaciers.
It goes, Evan said, it goes, I was thinking about this actually, and I didn't have the guts to say it. So I'm glad Evan is like, if it's natural, it goes like on your bum, then out your butt. Like,
Oh my gosh, yes. And then
Yeah.
and we have the little recycling arrow on that.
on your bum, toilet. Yeah. Oh,
Like
I
it's
mean,
a
it's funny
closed
though.
loop. It's literally a closed loop,
Yeah,
sort
it's
of,
closed loop
or
system.
not. Oh my
Um,
gosh. That's really
that's
funny.
funny.
Like, because what's the thing? Like, I was thinking of earth friendly and how like it's not friend zone, it's not friendly, it's sexy, earth sexy. Like it's like one step beyond being earth friendly.
Hold on. What's Earth complicated or no?
I know.
Like,
I know.
what's the term for like
Situationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what's like the old term in? It's complicated. I guess that's what we say.
Uh-huh.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Is that what was the Facebook status like a million years ago? It's
Oh
complicated,
yeah.
right?
It was. It's complicated for sure.
What a weird
That's
era.
so funny.
Like, who the hell used? I remember seeing people use that between
Yeah.
couples.
And
Like,
but I feel like everyone did it as a joke.
Yeah,
Like they
but talk
do
about-
it. Okay,
That's
because you could
funny.
also, if we were doing in terms of like the name you came up with, eat, we could also do bed.
Okay.
Like
Better-
better, edible, or something. Do you know, like with but
Well, hold
Better
on.
Earth.
Better edible.
or like like
Hold on. Disposables. Better edible disposables. That
yeah,
sounds
or
so-
like they could sometimes those acronyms are just like
Silly.
qualifiers. Like it's like better or biodegradable, edible, devious. You know, and you're like, you know,
Okay.
like explore your like
okay.
like because like we haven't like talked about like you know when
Domineering.
you're being adventurous when you're getting
Yeah.
a sex toy like that. For a lot of people, like you're exploring, you're like
Hike. Yeah, it's funny to think like the great outdoors, the great indoors. The great
mhm.
indoors is kind of a funny name for a brand.
Great indoors. That's great. Yeah, that's nice.
The great indoors. That's kind of interesting. The bedroom bedhead. That's already a brand. Bedhead.
Waist. We gotta do something with waist.
Waist
and your
high. Waist. Yeah.
High
waist-
waisted. Like on your waist, zero waist. Any waist, like WAIST.
I know. I
Ugh.
know.
Cheeks, but we've done so many like bidet companies lately. We should have so many of these.
I know. I should
We
have
have
these
it-
like in the chamber.
We rebranded a bidet company to be called Backwoods, which really feels like this. Like,
I love that branding. It was so fun. All the plaids.
didn't we
and-
do great outdoors? What is
We did
Welcome to the
gr-
Backwoods? What was their tagline?
the great Welcome to the Great Backwoods that we said that.
Yeah, but the name was back. We had a whole like.
Hold on, what was the thing? I can't remember now. Is there anything like this is like a dumb line, but just to like tee up a thought. Like
Yeah.
tastes like saving the planet. Tastes like
Oh yeah,
do you do fun flavors that are like do you do like more artisanal flavors that feel very like sustainable, like
funny?
made with like carrot and berry? Like, I don't know. I know it sounds ridiculous,
Yeah.
but like, do you kind of really lean into good for you, good for the planet, good for your sex life? Like good for you, good for your planet, good for the sex life.
Oh,
Like,
that's great.
that's kind of a
really
fun-
nice.
Good, okay, good for you, good for the planet, good for your sex life. Like something like that.
Oh, our thing for Backwoods was nature butt dialed. We answered, or nature
Oh,
booty
yeah.
called. One of the two.
Well, we had both,
Um,
and then I think we
yeah.
ended up doing butt dialed.
Here to clean the whole world. HOLE. So like, that's higher standards for your lower parts. Okay, we're just gonna steal all the stuff. that we did
Steal
for
all the
Backwoods.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Read what
Sustainable
Evan
is
just said.
waste
a
not,
composticated relationship with your underwear.
There we
That's
go.
what-
waste not, want not.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Waste not, want not. Wait,
Yes.
desire, like
Satisfyingly sustainable. He said sustainable. is
yeah, that's
satisfying.
cute.
Satisfy your like darkest urges and your greatest good. Like there's some fun thing about like your chase your like urges.
You're bad.
It's like your carnal nature and mother nature or something.
Yeah,
There's
that's
something
funny. Yeah. Bad behavior, good intention, like good.
Uh-huh.
There's something funny.
You know, we hate this word, but naughty is something.
I know, naughty.
The whole thing's just
You
called
could do a
naughty, and it's
naughty
just
night.
called naughty by nature. Like like nature is the name of our thing, and
Yeah.
naughty's the line.
Naughty by
Nature.
Nature.
Nurture.
Hold on, that's a good that's actually a good brand name. Naughty by Nature. Does that exist?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I know the
I
song
mean, it's
does,
the
but
yeah.
um,
Cravings. Cravings feels funny
or
with
no,
both like
Naughty by
eating
Nature is a band, or the band.
Yeah, Naughty by Nature was the group,
You're the
not
group.
the song.
Yeah, because they sang Hip Hop Hooray. Okay. Anyway,
Well,
I'm short circuiting. Sorry, what did you say? I was lost in my.
Sorry, I was
early
trying to
90s.
correct myself. I never set the timer, but I think we're probably pretty close to
Oh shoot. Okay.
make a meal, supper, nosh, consume.
Please.
Consume.
Consumables. Oh, is that that's already a
Yeah.
term?
Well, I was
Consumables.
playing on the like consumption, like
Eatables.
when you were consuming them, not being like being a good consumer, like the very best type of consumer, where you're actually consuming it.
That's
You know?
hold on, Lindsay. That's one of those little call outs on the box. Be a good consumer.
Yeah.
Boop! Exclamation
Yeah.
mark. That's a funny.
You know, it'd be a funny thing too if they were back in edibles. It'd be like clean your plate, like don't leave it. Like that'd just be a fun. Clean your plate, clean the planet.
Yeah.
Clean planet.
You know what's a funny phraseology is like ethical consumption, erotic consumption. That's fun. Is
That's
like
funny.
this isn't right because I don't want to like really push this idea, but like biodegradable and like degrading, like don't degrade.
Oh,
There's something like to take
Yeah.
a positive stance on it. Like don't degrade.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Okay.
there's something there.
What about have your dessert first? That's just for edible underwear, but like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
desserts. Eat.
Not when my kale line comes out.
Just wait.
Mine's just like
Or
carrot,
my
kale,
savory,
and goji
my
berries.
savory bikinis. Yeah. Like
It's got a little spirulina. It's got, of course, mine would be just disgusting.
it just
My
is.
chia
It just looks
seeds
green.
and-
Like the only thing about it is that
Yeah.
it is plantable.
Yeah.
Like and no one wants to eat it. Eat out.
Eat out, eat often.
What's the
I'm trying to think of other planet teas. God, I hate so much of this language. Like this eroticism language is so.
I know.
It feels
It's
so
overplayed. I know.
Overlanified, and like it's like
I
so
know.
cheesy in my brain that everything I'm saying sounds so. That's why I want to go in a completely different tone.
What about like because the earth is hot and so are you? Like something about
That's
like
funny.
the earth is too hot. It's your turn or something. That'd be fun. Like
No, that's good. The earth is too hot. Hold on. Finish the thought. The earth is too hot.
the earth is hot and so are you, or like hot for mommy.
The earth shouldn't be hotter than you.
Oh, yes.
That right? The earth shouldn't be hotter
Yes.
than you.
Okay. Also, global warming. Like we're like global hot. Like there's some funny thing about like we're taking the heat off of the earth and putting it in
Yeah.
your bedroom. Like global warming.
Global hot.
Something like that.
Is there a way to like not disrespect the idea of global warming and like make a funny like global hotness, global hot and
Climate
bothered?
change your underwear every day. Like climate change. Change the world. Sultry.
Change the world, change your underwear, change
Yeah.
the world. That's actually kind of an interesting tagline. Hold on, that works with the planties a lot better. Change your underwear, change the world. Because it could be change your underwear like daily, but like also change your underwear habit and pick a better underwear.
Yeah,
I want to go back to flesh out planties a little bit more.
I think they're both great. I think
Yeah.
this is going to become can they brand sustainable underwear?
Yes,
just
I
broadly.
agree.
I think for the edible, spicy, sweet, sustainable. Because like spice up, give back. That's a funny thing of
Give back is
like being a giver, like give back to the earth, like
a giver.
Recycle. I wish there was
Be a
reduce,
giver.
reuse, recycle. We've got to do like maybe like reduce, reuse, respect her.
Women's Day.
Fast food over fast fashion.
I want to like I cannot make I'm trying to get like a garden bed. I can't make it work.
Sizzling, red hot, provoking. Yeah, it's a tricky challenge. Okay, we have to move on to Mascot in a second.
Okay, let me do
thing.
I gotta do the song.
Okay.
Gotta get myself going with this song.
It makes me want to take erotic and eco, like I want to say, and like have it be like eco-friendly and ero-friendly. Like we turn erotic into ERO, like, and that stands for erotic.
Ero-friendly?
Like,
Ero.
and
That's
having
fun.
them both. Like, and that's our own, like we're ownable, like it's eco and ero-friendly.
Well, I love that. Full stop. And then
Mhm.
I think you could do some fun stuff with animation of a logo. You could like take the word erotic and drop a couple letters and move it around. Like you could do fun and like there's some fun animation plays there.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready to
Yes.
rock around the Mascot o'clock?
Ooh, good.
I know, you like that.
Mascot o'clock.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got distracted because I was thinking down to earth and going down on somebody with edible underwear. Go down on earth.
Oh, that sounds mortifying. Go down on earth. Okay.
Mascot.
Wow. Okay. Mascot. Well, okay. Then there's like the one, I guess like this one idea I pitched earlier of the idea of
the endangered species.
Endangered type species. Obviously, like a polar bear or like a rhino or whatever. Let's take it away from the edible underwear direction. I think it'd be really fun in the planties direction. Like that they're wearing them or they're saying like thank you. Like they're very gracious and grateful. Yeah. I could picture them holding up signs that said thank you or like just you could do real fun. Cute. You could have a lot of really fun characters. You could build that out.
You could dodo. Then on the other hand, if for edible, because it's a sex toy, you could make a glacier coming out of the water seem erotic, seem like a euphemism, like in the like near the under, like, and have some like every element of that scenescape is a euphemism or erotic. Yeah, and like, there's like, or there's two glaciers that are like boobs or a butt. There's a glacier that looks like a dick and balls. Excuse me, wow, I really just went and said it.
Oh, now she's embarrassed.
Ooh. Or like, how stupid would it be to have like, I mean, I still think the little like globe Earth planet being in underwear is like that's like personified, and that's,
I think it's a funny bit.
There's a funny idea about like pleasure is also endangered. Like we're save the bedrooms or save the, instead of save the planet, save the whatever.
Save your relation. I guess, save your sex
which
life.
I guess we said earlier.
Like, that's
so like
a
now I keep picturing that as like like we said, like save the whales, that whole thing. It's like all animated in that 90s way of like an old school campaign for like the earth, and not for profit campaign.
Yeah, I picture
everyone's wearing like, has like a outside of your bedroom, they all have little like signs that is like.
I definitely picture a polar bear and a manatee as like two key players.
And tigers are
like, a tiger
like all
in the
those
bedroom. Yeah, it's funny.
That is
be a polar, like there's funny bits of like be a polar bear in the bedroom. Be like there's funny things you could say that are just, once you're kind of deep into the brand lore, you can make do funny bits that are just absurd.
Show us your ozone face, and that's a little sign that one of them can be holding.
You know how much I love a dodo. Like I'm like,
I know.
I would love a dodo mascot for someone.
It'd be excellent. Yeah, I mean, and dinosaurs, which we've done before, but like that, I guess that wasn't the same. But like,
yeah.
A meteor.
Meteor.
Like, yeah.
Trying to think of other you could do for planties. You can kind of do a fun retro, like a retro daisy. Like those retro daisies that have the smiley face on the center. Like there's something funny and just kind of cute there.
Evan is on a roll. Are you seeing
I know Evan is like, I love this. Like this is my favorite, is when you kind of hit your stride and it's
make
like
her melt, not the ice caps.
So that's great. Evan,
it's
I love
great.
It. You're hired.
I was thinking,
you're hired on this project.
And I was just thinking of
make her melt, not the ice caps. It's just so stupid and funny. I love it.
So great.
Please know that when we say something is so stupid, like that is like the highest
praise
that we can.
For sure.
It's like we know the Great British Bake Off when he hold on. What does he say? I can't remember what he says. But anyway, like that's our high praise. It's like, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a winner.
100%.
Okay.
I just thought of a word. Steamy. Steamy is interesting. Hold on. There was something. I got distracted by the ice caps in the best way.
I know. I can't think of any.
Hold on.
I was saying the retro daisy. I kind of mentioned that, like some retro, which would maybe pair nicely with that kind of save the earth, save the planet, save your sex life, like that kind of. I guess we're kind of playing with it in both directions, whatever. But like that is kind of a fun, recognizable iconography.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, the word I was thinking we hadn't played with was aphrodisiac. There's something else, not erogenous, raunchy. There was a word that's gonna fit. I'm gonna think about it as soon as we're done doing it.
Okay, hold on. I got an idea.
Go.
Veer.
Do it.
Screw the entire sustainability premise and let's make better flavored edible panties that are like things you'd want to eat. Like you said, raunchy, and I was thinking ranchy. Like ranch. Like, could you imagine a line of just things that are like,
oh my gosh,
like snackable,
her valley, hidden valley,
yeah,
forbidden Valley Ranch.
Forbidden Valley. Forbidden Valley is a funny name.
It is a great name.
Lindsay, that's actually a really good name. Sorry, we're all over the place today. Who cares?
Who cares?
That's a funny name for the edible underwear, erotic, like that whole direction. Forbidden Valley.
Yeah.
Because it's like it
Which
brings
it
up, like,
even if it doesn't Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to have anything to do with raunchy.
We haven't even done like kinky. Kinky's interesting.
Kinky.
Yeah, crunchy does too. Kinky. Forbidden Valley. Oh, that's great.
Forbidden Valley is a funny. There's so many dumb ways you can take this. Yeah, we were
passionate. Lust. Hot. The hot thing is really good to me.
Yeah, I like that language around like don't let the earth be hotter than you. Like there's just funny. That's a funny idea. Okay. Anything else? Mascot o'clock, or should we just call it and do some Funded or Done-ded?
I think we call it and do Funded or Done-ded. I could like, yeah, there's actually so much on both ends, like plant things growing and thriving and like throbbing in that world. And like plants are erotic, you know what I mean? All their parts and stuff.
Oh, like
feels
the
really
pistil and the stem. Like there is like very pollen and like there's just a lot of, I mean, they are essentially their what do they call it? Not their sex parts, but like theoretically.
Yeah, they are. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So Funded or Done-ded? What do we think? We need a song. I can't. I hate transitioning into this section.
No.
I
can't do anything without a song.
Yeah.
I
can't do anything.
I can't live like this. I mean, I think if we found a way to somehow make them like, I think if we went if the Planties route, I love that name. That was like really, really strong by Laura. I feel like I would have to be like, because there are like, there's not maybe compostable, but there's definitely sustainable underwear out there. That's for sure. So I would think if we could find a way and then market them as like hyper sustainable, like we'd have to do like one up where it's like, you know, like days of the week and they're truly single use, and maybe plantable is loose and it just can be like, it's compostable maybe more so. Because if they were to make them stand out, I feel like, or maybe they last for a week, but either way, you're not planting a new plant every week. That doesn't like, I don't think anyone would want to do that. So, you know, and I guess even if they lasted a month, still that's too often to be wanting to plant something, but in order to compete against other sustainable, compostable. So I think if we could figure that piece out, that'd be killer. If we could like find the exact space, find the innovation. Planties to me is really funny about like good in bed. Like I think, and then it's just like, that is like where your care instructions give a shit about the, like that is really strong to me.
Okay. I think we could do that. Just the container it comes in is the thing that's actually plantable.
Okay.
So like they're compostable underwear, or they're like biodegradable, or they're whatever. They're like the kind of best version of that like that genre. But then the thing that makes them planties is they come in it's made out of seed, whatever that is, and you can plant it in the ground. Like, so maybe there's like that's the gimmick.
Yeah,
so you
that's
don't have to
possible
worry
too.
about
Yeah.
like the underwear itself having to plant that. Maybe.
So
I don't
they're
know.
they just compete by meeting the standard of like sustainable. They're like 100% cotton. They're blah blah blah. Maybe you can like turn them in, sort of that sort of thing. And then
potentially
the thing that makes them different is fun branding, and they come in a zero waste sort of thing that you can plant.
there could be that. There could be a give back component. There could be maybe they do break down 8% faster than blah blah blah, or they actually break down within 1 year, or like there could be something like that.
Allie, they have to turn into a bush. It's not a flower, it's a bush.
Yes. That's funny.
It's like first you cover your bush, then you
Plant
grow
it.
one. I don't know.
Grow bush. That's funny.
That'd be funny.
Bush.
And then I think in the edible underwear world, I think if we made a funnier, like interesting flavors, we could maybe get funded. I think the funded part would be finding an edible underwear brand that existed that needed a rebrand and wanted to spend a lot of money on an Earth Day campaign, and just said like, we've been zero waste all along. We're like we're saving the this and the this. Like that to me feels funded in a client would hire us for a campaign, but then planties feel like funded as in we'd get investors and turn the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I think funded for the exact two things that you said is that I think planties has like there's real legs there. There's something there that could actually be like legitimate. And then I think the other thing feels more campaign that could get backed into a rebrand.
Yeah.
Like the erotic direction is campaign centric. I think it could use a visual refresh. Like everything I saw when I was just like quick Googling looks, it just has kind of a raunchy Lover's Lane feel. I think that there is a real opportunity to not go in that visual styling. Yeah, Scott, you missed so much.
He just tuned in just now, and he's like, "Are we talking about edible underwear and plantable underwear?"
Like, what is happening? Okay, good. I feel, like when we are kind of split,
I know,
in like multiple things we could do. I have like that unsettled feeling. You know that episode of The Office where Andy, he gets into an elevator with Pam, and she cuts him off before he can finish the end of his song. And he goes, ugh, I'm sitting with an unresolved melody in my body. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's because we didn't fully land on like which one, but remember when you had said, change your underwear, change the world. I think planties is the winner here, but I still think it's very funny on Earth Day to think about how to either have a splashy campaign to draw attention to your existing thing, because that's not greenwashing. That's just being playful about the existence of
I agree.
it anyway. And then to think about something that could actually help and reduce the cost or reduce plastic use in shipping planties. Hey,
the name is great.
I like it. I think this is great.
Well, awesome. Thank you everyone for playing along. God, you guys were going mental in the comments today. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess to close this baby out, like and subscribe, follow us at Semiserious Agency here and everywhere else. And then if you want to actually see our work, we've been an agency for over a decade now, which is so crazy to think. Yeah. So if you want to actually see the work we've done, go to semiseriousAgency.com and click on our trophy case. And that's where a lot of our client work is. We're actually in the process of rebranding everything because we changed our name less than a year ago. And so we had been obedient for a very long time. And then we wanted to kind of lighten things up a little bit. Just because that is very much like what we're rooted in as an agency. It's just like humor and play. And so that was time. And we were just itching for a rebrand. So anyway, I would say in the next like 3 to 6 months, our site is going to be based on all the things we've been cooking up and the new copy and the new everything and the visuals. It's going to be killer. And we have not updated, unfortunately, our trophy case in quite a while. So we'll have a ton of awesome work there that we've been doing the last like 3-4 years. So I'm really excited for the rebrand. It cannot come
I
fast
know.
enough.
I
This is
know.
the hardest part about is like running a branding agency. Not the hardest part, but like we always kick our own internal branding to the side
Yeah.
in favor of client projects. So like we've been kicking this can down the road for like over a year. So gotta get it together.
Gotta lock it up.
Lock it
Too busy trying to get funding for a plantable
Yeah. Also
underwear company.
Scott, he did say you that episode of The Office. Yes, I do. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like trying to act like you
You're like,
remember that
say
episode
no
of The
more.
Office?
You
I was
remember?
like, I could tell you the exact scenario, the exact line. Loser. Awesome. Okay. Love you guys. This was so fun. Linz, we did it.
We
no
did
sleep.
it. Wait, I had one last idea for
Oh,
a mascot, a little freak flag. He's a little flag and
Oh,
it says
yeah.
freak on it. And it's like something about like, that'd be for the edible underwear one. I just
That's
think I
just
had to
fun.
close
That's
it down
just
with that
really
one.
good
He'd just be cute.
iconography.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It's like planted
like
in
it.
the little planet. Okay.
Lindsay,
You guys. What?
hold on. I have another thought. For planties, it would be really fun. You know how like you do like seed markers? So when you plant flowers, like you'll put little markers in the ground to
Mhm.
say, you know, this is where my roses, my hydrangeas, whatever. It'd be fun to like have it come with some sort of fun branding that says planties, that like when you plant it, you get to plant a little flag or something, to your point, that signifies where you planted our thing, which is kind of cute.
Cute. A little freak
Look
flag
at us. We
planter.
can't stop branding.
We did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Till next time.